Congressman Greg Murphy, state of North Carolina, who joins us from Capitol Hill, in large part because Congressman Murphy, in addition to being a member of Congress, is a practicing physician, right? So can we just talk just about this issue in particular, because that's what Al Green says was his beef with the Republican budget. I know there's, I believe, 3 million people in North Carolina that use Medicaid. What would you say about the debate in the country now about whether we should be cutting Medicaid, whether the Republicans are cutting Medicaid? What's your perspective on it?
Well, Connell, I think there's just a lot of misinformation going on around the country. Let me pull back to the most important thing that we're dealing with right now. The nation is on a fiscal cliff. If we don't get our house in order in the next 1 to 3 years, we're going to be irreparably damaged. We will lose financial stability in this country if other places don't feel like we can pay our debt back.
Right.
We now pay more interest on our debt than we do on defense. And when it goes to all the departments, everything that is in the national government that is overgrown, we are looking to reform it. And specifically with Medicaid, there are multiple things that go on. I still see patients, oftentimes the majority of which some days are on Medicaid. No state during the Obama administration was allowed to audit its Medicaid rolls. Medicaid has strict eligibility requirements. And what has happened is, and I see this, Connell, are people that are on Medicaid who should not be on Medicaid. They should be working, they should have a job and be on their company insurance. And sadly enough, we haven't had anybody go back and actually look at these people. So accountability is the law of the land now, and this is what needs to happen in the Medicaid system.
How much can you save, though,
that are going on within the system itself?
By tackling the abuse, how much can you really save there? Because I think you're right. People who are outside of the Congress and look at this say the only real way we're getting our debt and deficits under control is by attacking some of these programs, including Medicaid. But how much can you get on abuse?
Well, I think, the Energy and Commerce have given a number of $800 billion. Let's look at a couple different things there. Because of Medicaid expansion, a bunch of individuals jumped off those companies' insurance plans and went on to Medicaid, further hurting those rolls. The other thing is that there are different formulas in some states. There are about 12 states, primarily blue, that don't have formulas as far as their Medicaid. California, for example, is the worst offender. Their budget is way out of control. So again, if we bring accountability to some of these states with Medicaid, those numbers are easily taken care of. Nobody's going to be denied access. People are going to be taken care of. And the Democratic talking points that were throwing people off Medicaid are just simply not true. People who should be working, should be on company insurance. Yeah, you know what? It's okay to work in this country, and it's okay to have that expectation.
There's going to be there's political risk, obviously, associated with this because of how many people, to your point, rely on it. So it's going to be tough, right? I mean, how do Republicans, is messaging a big part of this? Because you're going to get hit. You already said the way in which you're going to get hit by the Democrats. They're going to say you're throwing people, poor people off, and they don't have health insurance anymore. And that could be an effective political attack, right? So what's the Republican counter to that?
Yeah, Connell, they're doing it already, and they're lying. Sadly enough, from the Democratic playbook, it is simply lie after lie after lie. This is not what we're doing. We are just trying to reform a system that is badly broken. If people are not eligible, if they don't meet the eligibility requirements, there is no reason for the American taxpayer to be paying for them. People who can work should work. And then again, I'll go back to the certain state formulas that are out of whack. The states have not done their job in dealing and excecuting Medicaid as they're supposed to do.
But it expanded,
so there are a lot of things that can be done.
When Obamacare came in, so you want to roll some of that back too, or?
Well, some of the states expanded, and look, during the last administration, they expanded certain parts of Medicaid, but all that was done was a big boondoggle for insurance companies. So, there is reform that needs to go on. Insurance companies don't need to become rich giving out Medicaid dollars. We need to take care of the people who are eligible, and for the other ones, they need to get a job and get back to work and get their company insurance.
Okay, good discussion. It's your doctor in addition to being a congressman, so thanks for coming on today, and we'll keep talking about it with both sides. Congressman Murphy, appreciate it very much.